On Thursday, after several days of completely ignoring the issue, and to be honest, as I pointed out on Friday, after days of the media really not even asking any questions, the White House finally came out and admitted that the reason you have seen pictures recently of Donald Trump with makeup on his hand and his ankles swollen to the point where it looks like his socks are about to explode, it's because he has been diagnosed with a totally benign condition, right? He remains in perfect health, Caroline Leavitt said, but he does in fact have chronic venous insufficiency, which is a condition that causes blood to pool in the extremities, specifically, obviously, the hands and the feet. But again, Caroline Leavitt in her announcement said it's totally benign and the president remains in excellent health. Those were her exact words. But CNN decided, you know what? This administration not exactly known for being super honest. So CNN host Brianna Keilar decided to bring on a cardiologist by the name of Dr. Bernard Ashby. And Dr. Ashby, while being professional about it and not offering an official diagnosis, did pretty much call BS on what the administration is saying about Donald Trump's health. Here is what Ashby said on CNN. So it appears that the White House physicians were also concerned about more than meets the eye. And he talked about the fact that the doctors, when he had this swelling, they performed an echocardiogram, and lower extremity ultrasounds. You don't do that if you're just like, oh, yeah, you're swelling because you're retaining blood. It's, chronic venous insufficiency. Yeah, you're good to go. The doctor continues. Essentially, they were covering all their bases, meaning that they were screening him for heart failure, which is a common cause of lower extremity swelling. In addition to that, they were concerned with increased pressure in his heart. Now, taking a step back, looking at the entire case, the president is obese. He is older, and I don't know if he has hypertension, but that's very common in his age group, particularly with his body habitus. So, when you do have a condition like lower extremity swelling, bilateral, and a diagnosis of venous insufficiency, the question is it intrinsic to the veins? Meaning, does the venous insufficiency that he has, is it related to bad valves, or is it related to increased pressure coming from the heart? Even though he's diagnosed with a benign condition, venous insufficiency by itself doesn't necessarily mean it's benign. The question is, what's causing the venous insufficiency? But I would take the benign diagnosis on its face. Now, taking it on its face, if it were coming from real doctors, not the, weird people in the Trump administration who lie about his health every day, if it were coming from a real doctor like Dr. Ashby himself, I would believe it and be like, okay, fine. Yeah, he just has this thing. It's not related to any other condition. He is a medical anomaly, right? Because that's kind of what the doctor's getting at. And the doctor obviously doesn't want to break any rules by offering a diagnosis or suggesting other conditions, but he's also kind of doing that. Like, chronic venous insufficiency can, of course, happen on its own. That is so uncommon that it's not really a thing, though. Yes, it's possible, but it is not probable, especially given, as the doctor pointed out, all of these other health problems that Donald Trump has. And we do know, and I know because, again, I've been on some of the same medications that were on his medication list. Yes, he has high cholesterol and he has high blood pressure. The swelling of the extremities. Let me go ahead and tell you this once again from experience, not personal, but with my own father. My father has been in congestive heart failure for quite some time. And my mom will send me pictures or we'll FaceTime and she'll be like, look at his feet. Look how swollen these are. And those are days when my dad is, not doing well at all. But it's the swelling of the feet that look exactly like what Trump's did in those pictures. We have seen it firsthand. So, yeah, I agree with the cardiologist, not about taking it on its face, but that this is caused by an underlying condition. Furthermore, they say that the hands thing was obviously also part of the swelling. That doesn't add up. Because he had the big blotch of makeup on there. Now, makeup is not going to hide swelling. And if they did put makeup on it to hide swelling or potentially, they were getting red or discolored, the makeup would have been around the whole thing on both hands. But it was only one spot, one square on one hand. and it was so thick it looked like somebody had put paint on him. That, as I said from experience on Friday, seems to be a bruising, which is likely caused, if he's on blood thinners, from an IV. So perhaps it was an IV when he went into the doctor to actually get this diagnosis. I don't know. But again, I have seen the markings. I have seen the bruising on my own father, who is on blood thinners, when he gets an IV. It's just what happens when you're on those medications. And I know tons of other people probably watching this have either experienced that or you've seen it on someone else. So I believe there is something far deeper happening here than this administration is letting on, and it seems like the medical professional Dr. Ashby also seems to think the same thing. Because sure, he could have this condition just popped up. Oh, suddenly you've just got larger ankles and feet. Oh well, you're totally fine. Swelling in extremities is rarely ever just fine and normal, okay? Typically a big deal. So I am of the opinion, granted I didn't go to medical school, but then again, neither did Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and he gets to make health decisions for the entire country. But I am of the opinion that this is clearly being caused by something else, cardiovascular related, and this administration is once again engaging in a massive cover-up about Donald Trump's real health. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform. That, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.